Breaking news, Congresswoman Gwen Moore has been detained by police in West Milwaukee. That's where demonstrators are gathered in support of higher wages for fast food workers. 12 News' Mike Anderson is there. He's outside the McDonald's on Miller Parkway. Mike, last time we talked with you, the Congresswoman was in a police car. Is that still the case?
She was transferred from a police car into a sheriff's department vehicle, one of those big mobile units that looks like a command post for law enforcement. She was transported over to the West Milwaukee police station, where she is being processed and will be released probably shortly. This group that you see here now, they were in the street earlier. They have been pushed by police or moved by police to the sidewalk, and they've been chanting here for the past, I don't know, half hour or so. And what they're getting ready to do now is march down to the West Milwaukee police station, where Congresswoman Moore and the others who were arrested, at least maybe a dozen or so more, and being processed right now, and they will likely, as I said, according to one police officer I talked to earlier, be released shortly. So what they're going to do now is they're going to apparently walk on the sidewalk, not in the street, as they had been demonstrated earlier, to the West Milwaukee police station. One of the protesters told me just a few seconds ago, in solidarity with the people who have been arrested. So they'll be there over on Beloit Road at the West Milwaukee police station until those folks are released from custody at this point.
So, Mike, there were people physically in the street when this was happening?
Well, that was the reason why they were arrested. Police said that they had to clear the street, and the protesters knew that was going to happen. I think they, quite frankly, wanted to be arrested. They didn't use the words wanted to be arrested, but that was the impression that they gave, because they knew if they went into the street and blocked traffic, police had to come and clear them out, and that's what they did. These folks were moved back out of the street. You see a line of police officers out here in the street now. They were there to keep the people from going back into the streets, and now they have been doing their demonstration here for quite a while now on the sidewalk. And the folks who they had in the squad cars were taken down to the West Milwaukee Police Department. And then, as I said a minute ago, what they're getting ready to do now is march down to the West Milwaukee Police Station as a demonstration of solidarity with the people who are in custody at this point.
And this is
otherwise, Patrick, it's been a dramatic event, but it's been very peaceful. As I said when I spoke to you last, we haven't seen any rough stuff on the part of the demonstrators or the police. The police came out. They did not use the traditional handcuffs when taking people into custody. They used those plastic restraints on people. The Congresswoman was placed in those plastic restraints. She sat in a police squad car from the West Allis Police Department for about, I don't know, half hour or so before they transferred her to another vehicle and then took her down to the West Milwaukee Police Department. There are 4 different law enforcement groups here handling this situation. We saw the West Allis Police Department, Sheriff's Department, West Milwaukee, and the Milwaukee Police Department all here on the scene. Kind of quiet right now. This is about as quiet as it's been since this whole thing started just after noon today.
And Mike, we just saw a picture of the Congresswoman in those restraints. We're going to go up overhead. Matt Salemi is flying over the scene right now. Matt, we can see those police officers now standing in the road. Looks like there's some police tape possibly down the street as well. Give us an idea of the area that's shut down right now.
Yeah, Patrick, right outside the McDonald's is where the march is happening by the McDonald's, and the IHOP is the area where they're protesting on the sidewalk and the frontage there along the street. And you can see squad cars lining both directions of Miller Parkway. There's probably about 20 squads still here on the scene. And it is shut down in both directions between Greenfield Avenue and National Avenue. In fact, they've even brought out some heavy construction barricades, as you can see here down at Greenfield Avenue. On the north side, it's just police tape with a couple of motorcycles. And right now, there are heavier than normal delays than you would see on northbound 43 Miller Parkway, or 43rd Street, rather, Miller Parkway, as it enters into the area. You can see also on Greenfield Avenue some heavy traffic as folks are confused and trying to work their way around it. the best way, what everybody seems to be doing, is cutting through the Walmart here. The street that leads into the Walmart parking lot actually leads right between Greenfield Avenue and National Avenue, as you can see. And that seems to be the easiest way around that most people are using. So if you're going to head this way, that's probably the best bet for you. Probably a good idea, though, if you don't have to head this way, to avoid it until they get things cleared and get Miller Parkway reopened. Patrick?
And again, this is one of several demonstrations taking place across the country right now as we take a live look at the demonstration going on in West Milwaukee, where several people have been detained, including Congresswoman Gwen Moore. We do have several crews there on the scene. We'll continue to have updates on Facebook, Twitter, all of our mobile apps, as well as WISN.com throughout the day. And we'll have full reports later today on WISN 12 News at 5 and 6 o'clock.